Hey guys, Maxman RC here. Yesterday, I showed you the low C aftershock, and the repairs that I'm throwing at it at this point. And I also explained to you how I went from a four-wheel drive vehicle down to a two-wheel drive vehicle, front-wheel drive, and how we gotta fix that, because let's face it, front-wheel drive, no good. It might be great in the snow, it might be great for your real car, but in RCs, no good. No good at all. And if it would have been the rear wheel drive that would have broken off, I might have actually let it go and just convert it to a two-wheel drive. But since it's a rear wheel drive that went out, we're gonna get that fixed. I'm still looking for the part. Since it's an older vehicle, it is gonna be a little bit difficult to find it, but we're gonna get there. Today, I'm gonna show you the Senton. If y'all remember yesterday, while showing you the video, I also went ahead and showed you a couple more of the cars that I had around, and I showed you the Senton, and I showed you how the Senton, it's kind of broken. But what happened? Well, let's start from the beginning. I've owned this Senton for, I want to say, around 4 or 5 months, give or take. It could be less, it could be a little bit more. And let me tell you, when they say Arma tough, they mean it. I have taken the Senton to hell and back, and I am not holding back when I say that. I actually mean it. I have gone ahead, sent this thing flying 20 feet in the air. I know that doesn't sound much, but it had gone ahead and landed on a concrete parking lot. That was the sign that showed to me how well built these Arma vehicles are, and really, there's really nothing from that jump. Really, nothing happened to it. It did land. It didn't land properly, but it really didn't damage anything. It has. I misjudged one jump at one point, and instead of having it go straight, it went a little to the left and completely bounced off a tree stump. This thing, once it hit the tree stump, it just went flying, landed on its wheels, and drove off like it was nothing, like it was just another day. It has crashed against an X-Max, and X-Max has crashed up against it. I mean, you name it. This thing has gone through hell and back, and you'll see it. It shows it. And it was my go-to. It was my big-time go-to basher until the accident that completely put it out of commission at this point. But from there on out, I would just, during work, during lunch, any little free time I had, this thing always came with me in my truck, in my real truck. Just throw it in there, toss it in there, toss in the radio link transmitter, and just send it. Well, what happened to it? It's simple. I didn't judge it very well. This was my fault, actually. And it went full speed, 50 miles per hour, and I am not kidding. It went 50 miles per hour straight into a light post, a cement light post. So yeah, like I was saying, I sent it full speed, and according to the box, it says 50 miles per hour, up to 50 miles per hour. It really is up to 50 miles per hour. I have clocked it with if any of you are seers, like doing speed runs and everything, you'll recognize the Dynamite GPS speedometer. Yeah, this little guy has clocked the Senton going at a nice 49, 50, and 51 mile per hour. Everything stock. Well, like I said, I didn't judge it correctly. Straight into that cement light pole. Boom. And, well, that was the end of that. It still rolled, it limped back to me. And, well, let me show you exactly how it looks at this point. And there it is. The Senton. Yes, it looks decent at this point from this angle. But if we're going ahead and turn it around, this little hole, I went ahead and cut it because I went ahead and I put the GoPro inside of it. That way it records basically like a dash cam, for lack of a better term. But as you can see right now from this point of view, you can see we have one tire and we have one shock. So let's go ahead and finish turning the guy around. And there you go. We'll get to the actual full view of that in a second. But like I've said, you can tell that this thing has actually gone through hell and back. Now let's bring it a little closer to me. The body, well, just like any good basher body, you got your scrapes, your scratches. And if you're wondering about this little doggy right here, little wolf, first off, don't forget, follow MaxManRC, Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube. Little doggy that you see here, on the 5th scale, on the Nitro Sport, the Low CB, Mini Low CB, the ECX Torment, the back window of the Red Cat, the tailgate of the Low C Aftershock Nitro that's currently being repaired. I'm still looking for that piece. And of course, on the infraction, basically on every RC, you'll find that little wolf. I do apologize, it's not a wolf, it's actually a husky. That right there, Chop Shop RC. Check out the group on Facebook. We're a bunch of guys that just love RCs. We love doing what we do. We love messing around with them. Bashing them, breaking them, fixing them, bashing them, breaking them, fixing them. You know, over and over again. That's what we do. And that's what this whole group is about. You need any help, you want to know where to find a part, you want to know what will fit, check out that group. Ask your question right there, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Most of us have been in the hobby for quite some time. I myself, I've been in the hobby for well over 20 years. I want to say close to 25. So we know our stuff. And we won't be jerks. I promise. Back to the Senton. So let's go ahead and take off the body. I already took off the clips. So, as you know, the Senton does run on 3S batteries. Obviously, does have Arma Electronics, Spectrum Electronics. Not my favorites, but to each their own, I suppose. They come with the IC5 connector. You can see this one's also seen better days at this point. As you know, the IC5 will work with the smart batteries. The smart batteries will go on ahead and tell your transmitter how much battery is left in the vehicle, and so on and so forth. Myself, I don't use Traxxas. Why do I keep saying Traxxas? I take that back. I don't use Spectrum radio or receivers. I don't use their systems. So that's pretty much useless to me. Nevertheless, so just your regular 3S, nothing out of the ordinary. All stock, just like it was out of the box. The wheels, guess you can say I got my money's worth out of them. And here, this is the damage. A little bit of a close-up for y'all. Broken shock tower. The bumper, although to be fair, it was broken before this. The shock survived. The shock is actually still in usable shape. So the shock is in good shape, didn't get damaged. The turnbuckle did crack, as you can see right there. The arm cracked. The drive shafts are in good shape still. Everything that holds the wheel to the car is still in decent shape, except for the wheel. And, well, everything else is cracked. And then the steering linkage also decided to cut out. So you can also feel it here, how it just, and you can see it. Now, my side of view, my point of view on this car, like I said, I've owned it for about 4 or 5 months. It has definitely paid for itself in this time. Definitely paid for itself. Was able to find a car at somewhat of a lower price. I paid about $300 even for it through one of the hobby shops here. And it was either this or the brushed version. The brushed version, they had it for, I believe, $210. This one, they had a deal going, so I was able to grab it at about I want to say around $280 plus taxes. So yeah, it was about $300 in the low $300. Let's bring you back to me for a second. Honestly, in short, the car has been decent. It's strong, it's well built, it's fast, and if you're looking for a good basher, that Senton is the way to go. I mean, it took a hit going 50 miles per hour straight to concrete to break it. We didn't take a 20-foot jump into concrete. No, it didn't take that. It didn't take a jump straight into a dead tree stump and bouncing it, making it bounce all over itself. T-Max coming at a full speed. Just really, it didn't even damage the body, to be honest. And it is completely waterproof. It's amazing how well built these cars are. It is waterproof. Every time I've used it, after every bashing, I have gone ahead and just sprayed it down with water, cleaned off the dirt, then blow dry it with compressed air, and it's a well-built car. It really is. Like I mentioned, for $300, maybe $350, depending where you are at, where you live. It's a great car. It really is a great car, and it can definitely take a beating. Now my question is, and I'm still trying to figure this out, is do I want to go ahead and rebuild this car? Because it also has a cracked chassis in the back, and I'm not sure how long that crack has been there. It really isn't much for me to worry about. You can start seeing it's more of a hairline crack. Oh, who am I kidding? It's not a hairline crack. I don't know how the crack happened. I guess I'm just trying to make myself feel better here. But the question is, do I want to go ahead and chase the parts down and rebuild it? The parts are available. You might have to wait a little bit for them, but they are available. Like I mentioned, the question is, do we rebuild this car? Do we get all the parts and build it up from scratch? I mean, it's going to need, like I mentioned, new chassis. It's going to need... Now I think about it, that could have happened because of that crash too. I don't know. You're going to need the chassis. It's going to need basically the whole front end rebuilt. Or do we go ahead, call it quits, call it a complete loss, and go on ahead and get another one and keep this one for parts? Or We either get another one, keep this guy for parts, or the other thing is I'm thinking about going ahead and looking for going into the Typhon 3S, or even the new one that they're coming out with, the Vortex, which actually looks like a fun little car. That's gonna be my other option. And then the final option is actually getting a brushed Senton and just swapping the brushless system out and putting the swapping the brushless system out of this crash one and swapping it over to the brushed Senton and ripping that part out. And my very last option that I have an old Thunder Tiger chassis, and I can see if I can retrofit some of these parts into that Thunder Tiger chassis. If you guys don't know about Thunder Tiger, it was an old RC company. I don't believe they make any more cars. I might be wrong. But this one was actually a Thunder Tiger. It was a monster truck. I think it was called the MT4 or MG4, something along those lines. It's a four-wheel truck capable of, I believe, 3S stock. I've had that chassis sitting there because a knuckle broke off of it, and unfortunately they don't make parts for it anymore. So I haven't been able to replace it. So I've been cannibalizing its parts for other RCs. It's come in really handy. It has high-end turbos. Had a 4S system. That one had a 4S brushless system, which I ended up ripping off, and I put onto the ECX Brutus. The ECX Brutus, that one was a two-wheel drive brushed system, and we went ahead and, like I said, we used the Thunder Tiger motor and engine to go from the brush system to the brushless system, and I'll show you the whole process later on as well. That's about all I can think of my options when it comes to the Senton. We'll have to wait and see what else. Pretty soon as well, I'm gonna go on ahead, and I know these videos can be a little bit boring, and I do apologize for it, but winter has been here, and winter has been, I mean, some of these cars aren't great in the winter months. The Senton was amazing, and nitros, it's not always a good idea to run them in the wintertime with all the snow and ice and everything. But I did run the low-C aftershock a couple of times. And now with the fifth scale, I'm going to be running that guy in the wintertime too. I might actually put skis in the front wheels and put nice studded tires in the rear. But we'll wait and see. One step at a time. We got the low-C to finish repairing. We got to figure out what we're going to do with the Senton. And we'll go from there. But, again, I do apologize. I know these videos can be a little bit boring. I'm really sorry about it. But soon enough, now that summer's coming along, there will be more bashing. There will be more crashing. Because it's not a good bashing unless there's some crashing. Feel free to use that. And there'll be more good bashing videos being uploaded here to my channel. For the time being, you can always check out my TikTok, and my TikTok for snippets, for short clips of some bashing, some crashing, and just a whole group of us just getting together, and the Chop Shop group, and all of us getting together and bashing the cars together. Like I mentioned in the other video, we are working on building up a track. And once that track is built and done, then it'll be more fun because we'll actually have somewhere to run. And the fifth gear, I've been breaking it in. There'll be some more videos of that. The fifth gear actually ended up breaking the lens of my GoPro. I already went ahead and get it replaced, but if you can tell, it's really hard to tell from here. But the lens is actually different color from the actual camera, but it still works. Cheap little repair. Word to the wise, do not land a 5th scale RC on top of a GoPro. It'll crack the lens, and I was lucky it was just the lens. But from there on out, again, I do apologize for the boring videos. I apologize for me just blabbering on. But heck, you know, stay tuned. You'll get more bashing videos, and soon enough, once the 5th scale is fully broken in, I'm still working on breaking this guy in. I'm taking it slow. Once it's broken in, then it'll be bashing galore between the 5th scale, my nitros, which is another thing that slows me down in the wintertime. I'm more of a fuel type of RCer. I do like the electrics. As you can tell, I do have a good amount of electric vehicles, but nitro and gassers, to me, they're the best of the best. They're the top. The smell, the sound, the power they give you, it's amazing. And yes, it's more work, but again, I started with this hobby almost 25 years ago, if not 25 years ago. So nitro RCs, it's nothing new to me, and I actually have the patience, and I'm pretty well mechanically inclined, so I know nitro RC isn't for everybody. I know gases aren't for everybody. I know people love the simplicity of the electrics. Just plug in, push the button, turn it on, and get going. But to each their own. I like having a little bit of everything. So that has been the Senton ordeal. A little bit about myself actually as well, which wasn't planned. I'm sorry. And but yeah. Just to recap, the Senton was a great car. It's a great car. It's a great little RC to fool around with. It's a great RC to play around with. And it's actually really reliable and really well built. When Arma says Arma tough, they actually do mean it. The infraction, I've had that thing. I accidentally crashed it against a curb and it went flying, flipping over, you name it. Just a couple scratches. Didn't even break off a tire, didn't break off a, nothing. It was just a few scratches, nothing else. That's it. I'm gonna leave you with one little thing that I found immensely hilarious when it came to the Senton. And I think it's the one part where Arma dropped the ball on it. When you use a 3S battery on this guy, and you just hit it, you just punch it, this guy will pop wheelies. It will definitely pop wheelies. And because of that, I'm going ahead and put on my glasses here for a second. And I'll flip you guys around real quickly. It's obvious that they added a wheelie bar. But, I mean, come on, Arma. Seriously? This little itty bitty wheelie bar is what you're giving us? I mean, it would have been a better idea to put it at the end of the bumper instead of just here. But I guess it's better than nothing, right? But that's the one thing that I found hilarious was the wheelie bar on this guy. And that's the one thing I'll always find hilarious. So like I mentioned, you can see actually the GoPro mount here. I would have the extension and I would have the GoPro sitting. And hey, look at that. You can see the Losi sitting right there. Still waiting for its parts. So yeah, that's about all there is to it with this with the Senton. Good vehicle, well built, nice and strong. And it took a concrete pole going 50 miles an hour to kill it. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit longer than I planned it to be. And, well, yeah. That's it. Keep on bashing, guys. Keep on crashing. Enjoy the hobby. And, please, just enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Deuces.